Some books aren't just old, they're dangerous, at least to those who crave control. Right now, in the dark corridors of power, a single forbidden book is making noise. The Book of Enoch. Why would the Vatican, after centuries of silence, still be bothered by a text written before Christ walked the earth? Is there a reason this ancient manuscript was banned, erased and hidden? Or is there something within its pages that could shake your very beliefs? If you're tired of swallowing easy answers and ready to question everything, buckle up, because what you're about to discover might make you rethink history, faith, and the true limits of human knowledge. Let's start at the root. Some texts have a way of creeping into your imagination and refusing to let go. The Book of Enoch is exactly that kind of mystery. Imagine a manuscript written more than 2 millennia ago, giving voice to Enoch, Noah's great-grandfather, sharing visions that reach beyond the stars. This isn't just a historical oddity, it's a tapestry of cosmic secrets, fallen angels, and the legendary Nephilim, giants birthed by the union of angels and human women. If stories of supernatural beings have ever tugged at your curiosity, this is the hidden source. No wonder fragments of Enoch turned up among the Dead Sea Scrolls, catching scholars off guard and firing up new debates. Enoch's world wasn't just about gods and mortals, it blurred the line between them. But why did this book rattle so many cages? It's all about the content. Enoch doesn't play by the rules. Picture angels descending to earth, breaking divine orders and handing over secrets, how to shape metal, read the stars, wield forbidden knowledge, and even the dark arts of war and magic. The Book of Enoch flips the script on classic theology, casting angels not just as obedient messengers, but as wildcards who challenge the very order of heaven. That's enough to make anyone nervous, right? These pages suggest that the line between good and evil, sacred and profane, is much more tangled than we were taught in Sunday school. Even the concept of original sin and free will gets a twist here, as if the rules of the universe were open for negotiation, and that's where things get really interesting. When church leaders gathered at the councils of Laodicea and Carthage, trying to lock in what would become the official Bible, the Book of Enoch was already a thorn in their side. Imagine a group of bishops, all robed up, peering at a scroll that describes a chaotic spiritual hierarchy and hints that angels and humans can step outside their assigned roles. Not exactly a comforting bedtime story for those building a system of absolute authority. The Vatican didn't just disagree with Enoch, they buried it. After all, if the angels aren't perfect and the cosmos isn't fixed, what does that say about earthly power? For centuries, the Book of Enoch was scrubbed from the Western tradition, hidden as if it might spark a spiritual wildfire. Yet Enoch's story didn't die. Far from it. While Europe turned the page, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church quietly kept the Book of Enoch in its canon. Centuries later, in the 1700s, a Scottish explorer named James Bruce braved the wilds of Ethiopia and brought the book back to Europe. That moment cracked open the vault of secrecy, letting a new generation peer inside. Think of it as history's ultimate lost and found. Suddenly, scholars and seekers started wondering, what if Enoch's visions were more than myth? What if the flood, the angels, even the figure of the Son of Man predate familiar stories and challenge everything we've been told about Jesus, demons, and divine judgment? That's the nerve. The impact of Enoch's ideas still ripples today. If people began to accept the Book of Enoch as truth, the whole narrative about the flood, angels, and the origins of evil might flip upside down. The Son of Man, a messianic figure appearing in Enoch long before the Gospels, could mean Jesus' story has roots that stretch deeper and stranger than anyone expected. And what about the Nephilim and Watchers? Myths of giants, secret societies, and ancient wisdom aren't just bedtime stories. They echo across cultures, fueling theories that maybe, just maybe, hidden forces have always shaped our history. In the modern age, that's where things get even more tangled. Why would the Vatican care so much about this ancient book? Maybe it's about more than protecting faith. Maybe it's about guarding the very script of spiritual authority. If the Book of Enoch had gone mainstream, it could have sparked a spiritual earthquake, upending everything from power structures to personal beliefs. As Joe Rogan and scholars like Dr. Michael Heiser have pointed out, keeping Enoch out of sight wasn't just a theological choice, it was a strategic move. Was it about shielding humanity from dangerous knowledge, or keeping the keys of power in the same hands? See, the Book of Enoch is both a warning and a dare. Its stories of forbidden knowledge, cosmic rebellion, and hybrid beings are still lighting up debates, podcasts, and late-night searches for meaning. If you're someone who's always felt that the surface isn't the whole story, this book is your invitation to dig deeper, question harder, and embrace the mystery that lies just beyond accepted history. So let's turn the tables. What would happen if you stopped accepting easy answers and dared to look at the stories behind the stories? What secret knowledge could change the way you see your own life, your struggles, or even your purpose? Have you ever wondered if the path to wisdom is about breaking free from old scripts and writing your own? Or is it easier to leave the forbidden books closed and stick to the comfort of the known? Your move. Drop your thoughts in the comments, challenge what you've heard, and tell us if you think the Book of Enoch belongs in the light or in the vault. And if you're ready to explore the secrets they tried to erase, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and join us on this wild journey. There's so much more waiting beyond the next page.